So if you guys remember, I reviewed the RK61 on the channel a while back. This is a 60% wireless RGB mechanical keyboard, and a lot of you guys actually ended up picking this up. It's a really great alternative over the other premium 60% keyboards out there, like the Pro 2 and the Ducky 1-2 Mini. But then I found out a few weeks later that RK actually made a newer version of that keyboard. This year is the RK71, and it's going for $5 more. So I decided to pick it up and see if it's any better. The Castle 360EX offers the ultimate cooling experience with lots of improvements, including a more powerful motor, anti-leak technology, and 3 specifically tuned 120mm fans with patented 2-layer fan blades that improves noise cancelling and airflow. You can also customize the RGB pump by positioning the logo any way you want or replace it completely with your own creation. Click the link below to learn more. So the first thing I noticed is the size. This is a 65% keyboard, so it's slightly bigger than the RK61 because they did shift over the dedicated arrow and cursor control keys. However, the keyboard has the same thin bezels all around. Unfortunately, this keyboard is only available in black with 2 switch options, either Kale Blues or Browns. Kale Blues are slightly heavier, requiring 60 grams of actuation force compared to 50 from Cherry Blues. One of my biggest complaints from the RK61 was not having the dedicated arrow key, so I'm glad to see they included them in the RK71, even if it does mean extending the keyboard by like 1.5 inches. The keyboard has a plastic base, but it's built really well, and the keycaps don't have any noticeable wobble. I do like the font on the keycaps this time around over the previous keyboard, but I don't like the coating on the keycaps. It has this very flat, matte, anti-slip coating, which doesn't feel as smooth as the RK61, and they do pick up finger oils really easily. That's mostly because this keyboard is a first generation product and the keycaps are single shot injection using white ABS plastic, and they pretty much just painted over it with black oil paint. That's why it feels different than the RK61. However, their customer service rep told me that they're shipping out generation 2 boards at the end of September, which is the exact same keyboard, but they will have double shot injection keycaps instead and a white version of the keyboard as well. Either way, you can always swap the keycaps with any PBT or equivalent keycaps if you like. One improvement over the RK61 is the addition of the multimedia buttons, which was also another thing I complained about. So it's nice to see that they added support for these. Also, you can now connect up to 5 devices via Bluetooth instead of 3 by holding down the function and pressing either of the QWERT keys. Typing on this is just as comfortable due to the ergonomic design of the keyboard, which eliminates the need for a kickstand. However, they did include 2 magnetic rubber feet if you need that extra lift. I had no issues whatsoever reaching any of the keys, and my overall typing efficiency has increased due to the extra keys on the side. You're pretty much getting a TKL experience in a smaller form factor. The detachable cable is USB this time around instead of micro, but for some reason, they decided to shorten the length by 1 inch coming from the RK61 instead of increasing it. So if your PC is pretty far from your keyboard, then you might want to pick up an extension cable. Just like the RK61, the RGB lighting is one of the best features of the keyboard. You can fully customize each individual key using their software or select a wide variety of effects from a drop-down menu. Now, in order to use this software, you will need to download and install the firmware first, and I'll drop a link to that below for your convenience. Speaking of RGB, the keyboard has this pretty cool accent lighting on the sides, which is only controllable by holding down the function and the insert key. You have the option of setting 1 of 6 static colors or 2 effects. The first one is an RGB effect, and the other is a breathing effect that cycles through all the colors. Of course, you can also choose to turn it off if you like. One thing I don't like about this keyboard is the red accent on the sides over here. It kind of throws off the aesthetic of the keyboard in my opinion. I wish they would have just kept it black. The battery life is pretty good. It has a 1000 mAh battery built in, which lasted me a full week with on and off use. The lights do shut off after a minute of inactivity to save battery life, which does help out. However, if you're using the keyboard constantly with the RGB feature, you can get up to 5 days of use from a full charge. Gaming on the keyboard is fun, however I do recommend playing wired because Bluetooth does have noticeable latency. It's basically like playing with a 500 millisecond ping. So if you're playing casually or just typing, then it's fine. However, for competitive gameplay, I do recommend plugging in the cable. One small thing that kind of annoyed me was the LED charging indicator on the space bar. It's always going to be red while charging the keyboard, which will throw off the rest of the colors, but the light will shut off once the keyboard is fully charged. The RK71 took an already awesome budget 60% keyboard and made it even better, with dedicated navigation keys, multimedia support, and an overall better build quality. The only things I don't like about the keyboard are the coating on the keycaps, the short USB-C cable, and I wish they made these available in kale red switches, since I don't like using browns or blues. But that pretty much does it for my review on the RK71. Just like last time, I will be doing a giveaway on this. So if you guys want to enter, all you have to do is leave a like on the video and comment below what your thoughts are on the keyboard. I'll announce the winners a week later on my Instagram stories, so make sure you guys check back then. Also, congrats to the previous winner of the RK61 keyboard. The first person I chose didn't respond for some reason, so I was forced to pick another winner. And guys, there's been so many times where I've selected winners and they don't claim their prize, so I'm basically forced to pick another winner. So please, if you're entering a giveaway, make sure you guys follow up on that, because you're pretty much just giving up your prize. That's pretty much it. I'll drop a link to the keyboard below if you guys want to check it out. Thanks again so much for watching. I love your faces. I'll see you in the next one.